There we go. Alright. Sorry about the delay. Apparently it didn't go live the first time I clicked on it. Anyways, Ace here. Hope you are all having a good Monday. And due to popular request, I'm going to be live streaming some Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, the Heretic Plus edition specifically. So let's have a look at some of the comments. James Barry says hi. Nick Infinite says, let's get this party started. And also James Barry wants to say, sounds good, but do I give the obligatory late now or later? Now is fine, I guess. Nick says, once he actually starts streaming, the is usually for the time for such. Yeah, sorry about that. Like I said, just ended up, it didn't start to go live when I first did it, unfortunately, although not really that. Anyways, let's go ahead and start a new game for Warhammer Mechanicus. I'll just do the regular difficulty. Yeah, we'll go ahead and I'll just skip the tutorial and that'll be it. Although I might get extra resources from that, so that might be a little bit of a mistake. Ukrainian Fedora says, ooh, Mechanicus, this is going to be good. Glad to hear it. Alright, so we do have a few deployment options. We can take this mission from Scavola, the Killing Jar, or we can take Winds of Change from Videx. For those of you who are not familiar, basically, Videx here is... Well, actually, you know what? I'll just go ahead and jump right in. It's easier to see the game in action, but first, I'll make sure I've got the proper equipment for my guys here. So this guy has one weapon. We will make, because it's a good idea to, of course, not go without weapons. I think I'll take a physical weapon for this guy, because I need one guy that can actually do physical damage and one guy to do energy damage. That should be good. Although, actually, we have room to upgrade these guys, too. So let's go ahead and have a look there. So I could take +4 range for energy for ranged weapons, or Jamberry says, great timing, helped me through college orientation. Alright, so let's go ahead and actually do this, since it reduces cognition points, which would mean that this essentially would be free to use. Or Servant Protocol Servo Skull. I actually kind of... Okay, so this actually sounds interesting. But we'll go with actually this. And as far as the other upgrade is concerned, since this guy already has an energy weapon that does not take any cognition points, we will go ahead and take this. I think that's a good setup. Was there Mechanicus Arch Drama? I'm not sure what you mean by that question. Metalhead says, hi. Jamberry says, the message was restricted. I don't know why. I think that was just the whole college thing. I don't see the issue with that, unfortunately. Alright, so we only have a few weapons right now, because we are at the very start of this, because I just decided to start a new game. But yeah, if you're, Freddie, if you're asking about the Arch Mechanicus drama, you might want to fill me in on that, because I'm not too familiar on what you're talking about. Alright, so we can pick this and this, or this, which is what I really want, which allows you to heal. This will be fairly enjoyable, says Pixie. Also, hey Ace, hey Pixie. So we'll just go ahead and fight some Necron warriors here. Fairly simple setup. We only have one Canticle, and it is restore 5 HP on active unit. Fair enough. I called you here, Lector Dogmatus Videx, because your knowledge of spiritual matters in Cult Mechanicus will be crucial in dealing with any moral threats on Silva Tenebris. I have 543,021 works of scripture scored for a rapid topical retrieval. There's no obstacle beyond my capacity to counsel beyond. Waste of resources, insufficient use for improvements. Okay. Zachariel says upgrades people upgrades. Yep. Freddie says, I don't know myself. It was a while ago. Arch said he was not going to play it for some reason. I don't know what it was. Your thoughts on how to proceed? I shall take my cues from the writings of Archimagos Venetrus Hiereticus. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Let the stench of corruption be swept aside by the sweet winds of faith. One of my censor servitors will cleanse the spiritual corruption with blessed incense. Then deploy one immediately. My thoughts exactly, Magos. With your assistance, the Omnissiah's work shall be done. Censor Servitor is deployed in the tomb entrance, Magos. I am ready to send it on its way. Holt, Subdomina. The Censor Servitor is a delicate piece of machinery. It is ill-suited to hostile territory. Fragile indeed are the tools of the righteous. It must be escorted on its sacred duty. Necron-named tombs exist, says Pixie. Okay. Don't be ridiculous. Every step we take in the tomb risks the lives of our personnel. If the spiritual integrity of the mission is truly at stake, Subdonic Kepra, it is worth the risk. Okay? And I assure you, it most definitely is. I've already sent a team ahead. I foresaw your emotional connection to your troops, Kepra. If you're able to be a Dominus, I must show you how to command. My gratitude, Magos. The Xenos corruption will destroy us as surely as the guns of the enemy. Very well, his will be done. Alright. So, all we have to do is get to here. We could also go explore some of these glyphs here. See, the fastest way, I'm thinking, would be to take this route, this route, this route, and this route. And you do kind of want to take it somewhat fast because this meter fills up and it affects the grand strategy part of the game, or the strategic level of the game as well. So we'll go here. Magos, shut this down before the enemy are attracted to the dim, but take care not to damage the machine. Servitor begins emitting a large blaring noise, perhaps a form of tampering or alarm that has been accidentally tripped. The noise is accompanied by flashing lights and random bursts of extremely pungent incense. Well, I guess we'll scrutinize. The cohort expect the diagnostics to take some time, but quickly notice the cranial probe improperly jammed into one of the core sockets. Once this is removed, the servitor's non-standard behavior ceases, and the cohort has a new appreciation for the proper maintenance and function of such machines. Okay, we gained 2. Benito Martinez, sorry, did he just start a new game? Actually, yeah, I already had an existing game, but I've decided to start a new one, because, well, with these live streams, I typically start with the beginning. Freddy says, yes, he did. Pixie, I'm not into toaster fetishes myself, so I wasn't interested in this game. Benito, I've been seeing a lot of ads for this game for PS4. You know what? I've actually been seeing ads for this myself, even on some of Arch's videos. And Pixie, yes, a game that's a bit outdated, yes, but I've still seen ads fairly recently for it. Anyways, let's go ahead and move to this location. Could this be a form of Xenos map room? most perturbatory. Throne knows what blasphemous notions they had about the stars. The chamber's walls are covered in elaborate star charts, covered in extensive annotations in the Necron language, suggesting they record journeys among the stars. Interests take captures of the star maps, they may prove informative. Ignore them, the intellectual pursuits of the Necrons are of no interest to us, we must make haste. Iconoclasm, destroy them, our purpose here is to purify the tomb, and the works of the alien should not be suffered to exist. Pixie says, to be honest, I want more RTS games for the PS4. I did actually, if I remember correctly, Sudden Strike 4 just came out, or is out on the PS4, I know that. Severe lack of decent ones. Yeah, that's kind of true, unfortunately, for consoles in general. So I'm thinking maybe show interest. Maybe it'll give us some goodies. Pick captures are made of the star maps and uploaded to the cogitators on the Caesitus Metallicon for study. More cognition points. Nice. So the Necrons have been awakened. Should be ritually chastised for this maintenance failure. It is imperative to get the servitor functioning again quickly. If his will be done, let it be done quickly. Okay. The sensor servitor stops moving and starts belching pungent smoke. The runes of attention are blinking on its chassis, indicating several key systems require maintenance. Alright, secondary repair performed the ritual of replacement on the servitor's key systems. Primary maintenance performed the most perfunctory rites of repairing. Or tertiary diagnostic performed the entire rite of refurbishment, including incantation of 7 diagnostic processes and addendum factoris. I'm not entirely sure which one I should do in this case. I'm kind of leaning towards secondary repair, but let's see what some of the comments are. Pixie says, the most excited I am for a game is Star Wars Squadrons. Okay, yeah. I kind of like the idea of it being more of a Star Wars X-Wing style game, so I can kind of see that, yeah. Benito Martinez, they never really seem to push RTS games for consoles. Yes, I think a large part of that is due to the controller just not being all that well suited for RTS games. I think that is really what it comes down to. But you're right, they don't really push them a lot. Pixie, a lot of nostalgia to the old Jedi Starfighter games. Yep, absolutely. In my opinion, the Jedi Starfighter is one of the holy trinity of Star Wars air combat franchises, series. The others being the X-Wing games as well as the Rogue Squadron games. A lot of this. Okay, so a Screaming Hexagon says, "Yo Ace, hey, I hope you're having a good time enjoying the stream." Freddy says, "Second, pungent smoke. That sounds like an infection, way more than primary check." So we'll do secondary repair, I guess. Thank you, Beyond Dreams. Yeah, it did take a little time, but we were able to actually repair it. Shim says, yes, you end up with stuff like Halo Wars otherwise, which just feels gimped. You can't simply do micro on consoles. Unfortunately. I mean, I've seen games do... There's a few games that have done somewhat RTS, kind of, but just not in the traditional style that... Like, Pikmin is an example, which is not a true RTS, I don't think, but it does have some elements to it. Similar to, say, Overlord and whatnot, which people do seem to argue is an RTS, kind of, or a hybrid. Alright, Redditus says xenoforms detected. Row, confirmed. Redditus at cogitators now function for synthetic forms. Overwhelming excitement. Finally, we can study the standard construct, Necron Warrior. Weak spots detected, plus none equals concerning. Tyresis says, I wonder about the symbols emblazoned on their torsos. It must... Do not underestimate, says Captrix. Gauss weaponry highly volatile. This is true. I have heard our brothers and sisters of the Mechanicus have lost their lives trying to solve the mysteries of these Xenos weapons. Approach with caution. It's also widely known that they will self-repair, reanimate, or reconstruct themselves if left the time to do so. Wounds that should instantly kill a Scutari are the equivalent to a Class C graze to Necrons. Okay. Murderous Kitten says, greetings Ace, what's the game? Warhammer 40k Mechanicus. It is a turn-based strategy for PC. Anyways, let's go ahead and a little bit of exploration as well thrown in for good measure. So we do actually start out with a decent supply of cognition points. So what we'll do is we will actually have our guys essentially in a line here. Necron is maybe going to get a shot at him. Nope. Okay, that's good. So what I can do, first of all, let's go ahead and scan these guys to reveal their statistics. Which is good because they might have different types of shielding, which can be a bit of an issue. So we'll scan this. Which gives us more of this, which is basically our Blackstone, which is our currency to level up and all that good stuff. We'll open fire, do a little bit of damage. Did 2 damage. The problem is I don't want to get too close to him because that'll open me up to an attack, so this might actually be a bit of an issue because this guy is probably going to get... No, he's not in range. Okay, so I'll reveal his stats as well. He actually has physical armor, so we better not use this against him. Instead, we'll use this against this guy. Now, moving this extra distance will take a cognition point. However, since I have this, I can make it so that this weapon, the Power Axe, does not use cognition points. 4 damage, which is alright, I suppose. And we will end the turn because there's not really a whole lot more we can do. Extra Necrons in battle. So the good news is one of the Necrons is almost dead. Well, as dead as Necron can get, but you know what I mean. So we'll go ahead and actually get some Servitors running, which will take more cognition points, but we kind of need more people for these guys to shoot at just to avoid getting our Tech Priest damaged. So that'll do. It's not going to do any real damage, but you know what? It will actually fill up their Machine Spirit meter. So I'll just leave him there for now. Ooh, that worked out pretty well. That was a mistake on that guy's part. Okay, so the good news is damage is absorbed again, but that's fine. Actually, I should have just attacked that. That's my mistake, 100%. But now this guy has his meter filled up, so we can actually move him to here, maybe? Well, actually, we'll start off moving him there. That should allow us to get a good beat on him. Alright. I think I'll leave him there for now. Ooh, another Necron showed up. That actually did some damage for some reason. That also did damage and it took him out. That is surprising. It must have been because they had the Machine Spirit activated or something. Alright, so let's see. Some of the comments here. Cool to see a new game featuring both Tech Priests and Necrons, says Shim. This isn't that new. It did come out a few years back, but it is definitely worth having a look at, I would say. Alright, so the good news is We can actually even get more servitors up and running, should we so choose. We do... I don't know about the statistics of that last guy, but we will deploy 2 more servitors just for the sake of it. And while we're at it, we will also use our machine spirit to smack. Make sure these guys don't reanimate. Move them there. Anyways, you can destroy the panel to lower Necron initiative, says Beyond Dreams, or Necron Awakening. Okay. Well, fair enough. Anyways, so let's see. Okay, yeah, we'll use this guy to attack this. And actually, we probably should consider moving him over that way. In fact, while I'm at it, I might as well get some cognition points. Because I think this platform is going to move over here. Ooh. And you get more cognition here. We'll scan that. I'm pretty sure that'll give me enough there, more of these, which will allow us to maybe level up both my dudes again. Reveal his statistics. 1 physical armor. Well, at least he's not going to be able to absorb as much damage as the other dude did, so that's good. I don't see any more Necrons aside from that guy, so that is also good. And he is trying to get onto the platform, it seems. And I could destroy this maybe. I wonder if this would actually... Nah, I better not, because that would also waste the machine spirit I have built up on it. Although, I can get more cognition points by scanning that, and I will. Ooh, that's convenient. You know what? I will actually attack that at least with this servitor. Maybe it'll reduce the Necron Awakening. I think it's going to go back up here anyway, so what I'll do is I'll have these guys just show up here. Can I actually attack this guy from way over here? Yes! Just a single bit of damage, but hey, that's better than nothing. And I did use a cognition point there. I just realized that's unfortunate. Good news about these servitors is that they can actually take a fair bit of... Whenever they get attacked... Oh, D-Rock says hello. Hello, D-Rock. Alright, so let's see. I'll go ahead and read some of these comments as soon as this turn ends. There we go. Called it. So it does still reduce Necron Awakening. That's actually pretty good. I'll have this guy attack this too while at it. And that's a good place to end the turn. Two more damage, so he's down to 6, which is nice. Well, I did promise to read some of the comments as soon as it turned in. Okay, so he did do a bit of damage to my dude there, which is unfortunate. That's good. I can't really do anything else with him from here, so in that. Perfect! Well, not perfect. I still need to actually get far enough away from this guy, and that's probably going to cause me to get hit again. Alright, so let's read some of these comments. Sorry. Beyond Dream says, even with a panel scanned, you can destroy it, hence it was 5 HP. Yep, thank you. Screaming Hexagon, does GW deserve to suffer? I say yes, the price increases alone are enough to justify it. Okay, fair enough. D-Rock says hello. Simon Morris says, how do Ace... Will this just be one of off-stream of Mechanicus or series? Well, I might... If I am going to do it, I would probably do some other streams first. There was a few other games I've been, of course, streaming a little bit of. But I might come back to this at some point. So, D-Rock says, I've got a laptop dedicated to just Dawn of War Crusade. Lol. To be fair, Dawn of War 1 was pretty good. So go ahead and smack this. Oop, just like that. Unfortunately, we are going to get hit again. We kind of have to just to get him to... Well, at least it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Oof! Critical. So we just finished the mission. Nice. Now we are going to lose a little bit of our currency here because the guy did lose a little bit of health, but that's fine. Mission complete. The sensor servitor reaches a location where the air currents through the tomb will take its sacred exudations to every corner of the tomb. The cohorts guards it until its incense is fully deployed and can escort it back to the tomb entrance. Alright. The sensor servitor has been delivered to the depths of the tomb. Lector Dogmatus. Its sacred incense now permeates all areas of the structure. A positive outcome, Magos. It is right and proper that you see as I do the dangers posed by the corruptive influence of the Xenos. It remains to be seen if the tomb is rendered less dangerous for our troops. At the very least, the place is less malodorous. I trust you will continue to consider the alien with the hatred and disdain they deserve, Magos. As we explore this world, remember the words of the binary hierarch, Gethismore. The weak in mind will seek to understand the Xenos. The strong in mind will destroy them and bless their ignorance. Lucy says, yeah, Dawn of War 1 still holds up considering 3 was so awful. Yep. So we got the healing item known as the Curatio Claw, which is excellent. This thing, which does a lot more energy damage, which is good. And much more Blackstone received, also good. And we got ourselves a new Canticle, Cant of the Craft. Next physical attack will deal plus 3 physical damage, which is nice. Alright, first of all, let's see what we can do with our cohorts. So I can upgrade both of them, which is nice. We'll get the claw put on. Do I apply this or this? I'm thinking I'll just +1 to energy damage, which is nice. Or we could put additional armor on, or additional HP. So this thing actually seems to be superior to this thing, although they're in different parts. So that's okay. So I like the idea of doing additional damage, so I will apply this. Now let's look at the other guy. I really need a new weapon that does physical damage, though. Let's see. Additional armor. I think I'm going to go with this thing just to improve the movement speed of him. All right. Because he is a melee fighter for right now anyways, although that is probably going to change. I really need a weapon that does physical damage though to replace that, because once I start running into enemies with energy armor, that's going to be a bit of a problem. Anyways, let's go with Scaevola's The Killing Jar. Tech Acquisitor wishes to begin her research into the secrets of the Necrons and has asked for specimens of the enemy to be gathered from the tomb of Acropolis. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Go ahead and, just in case, although I know there should be more canticles that will unlock from not even using them per mission. That's good. I asked you on this mission because your experience with surveilling alien artifacts and organisms. And so the heretics of Styges 8 can plunder this world for its secrets. Your assertion is false. If objection concerns offense, go to different missions. And leave you free to do as you will. A dereliction of logic, Scaevola. Watch your brother, for his sin of heresy is thy sin of tolerance. Some wonders, opportunities, secrets, rare chance for discovery, intelligence, Xenos must not fail to exploit. The logic of your enthusiasm eludes me, Tech Acquisitor. My emotional cores return only peril to our mission personnel and the threat of awakening Xenos. Therefore, I am on this mission. My role, gather intelligence, seek truth, return to human comprehension. Gather knowledge for the good of all. Now, how are you going to go about that? Field operations in person equals suboptimal. Sending tech priests instead equals optimal. Send someone else to do it. Our first objective, gather field specimens for study. Location, Tomb of Acropolis. Commence immediately. Alright. Capra says, given the reports from the Tomb of Acropolis, there should be plenty of samples in there for you to collect Magos. Of course, but first you have to kill them. My talents equal dissection after the fact. I leave the location, identification, execution to your tech priest, Magos. I trust this will be worth the effort. There are no mere labor servitors we are risking in these tombs. These are men and women, fellow devotees of the cult Mechanicus. Agreed, Mage. Ensure human corpses are returned as well. Opportunity to study the effect of Necron technology on human flesh. Alright, Magos says, it's my boys. Bladeshard says hi, and gals, says Magos. Bladeshard says, I always wanted to try this game. It is fun. I haven't had that much time sunk into it, but I do enjoy this game when I do play it. Self-preservation versus curiosity, conflict, unresolved, desirous of knowing what purpose chamber serves. Okay. Energy levels, we'll shut it. Let's go slow and steady. Unfortunately, it did increase the awakening and initiative of the Necrons, which is a problem. Alright, so I think I'll go through the glyphs area, so we have actually two choices we can do that with. I think I'll do this one. Simon Morris says, would you be willing to be a tech heretic ace, seeking out new tech and ways of creating, stick solely to the dogma and pursue the lost tech of the past? I think I would avoid being a tech heretic, at least for now. Opportunity, Necron combat tactics, weaponry capabilities eliminated, study required. This chamber shows signs of having been the scene of a brutal gunfight. 2 Skitarii lie dead with marks from Gauss blasts all over the walls. We could examine it, we could eulogize them, or we could expropriate. And this is probably what I'm going to go with, because maybe I'll get a physical weapon out of this, which is what I need. And it just gave me... Alright, so the cohorts grabbed what they can from the corpses, but they were low-ranking troops and carried little valuable or exotic gear. The court instead exposed to the grotesque nature. So the most we got are some cognition points. Okay. I was really hoping for a physical weapon there. A single port designed for neck. Okay, so I think it's maybe this one that's the safe option. You basically have to figure out through trial and error which is the right or wrong option. I think it's this one. Yep. Good news is those symbols, you'll see them again and again, and they typically are a good thing or safe choice to pick. They'll highlight it. So the Necrons have been awakened more. That's a bit of a problem. Yep. So we got 2 there. No, I didn't want to click that. Game. Okay, that was partly my fault. I misclicked, but still partly my fault. We'll scan that. Gives us a fair bit more blackstone, which is nice. This guy does not have armor, which is good news. Bad news is, I kind of still am... This is not a good spot to be right now, so I'll just hide here. As for this guy... Can he open fire on either of the Necrons? Yes, he can. We don't know his armor, so we'll go ahead and... Blade Shard says, how were the Necrons able to sleep with everything going on at Cadia? Able to. Weren't they put in stasis or something like that? I think that's what happened. So they were basically able to sleep for something like 65 million years or something like that. Because it seemed as if time hadn't even really passed to them. So I don't think we need any new... I don't think we need any servitors right now. We just need to pick these guys off the good old-fashioned way. By shooting and scooting. And we'll put this guy over here, though. For now, that's a good way to end the turn. We can actually do more damage to him now than the machine spirit. Ooh, it's a critical. He's still not dead, but we'll just hide back here. And we have now Cantopic Scarabs to deal with. Of course we do. Oh, well. Oh, dear. What are those? Opportunity equals knowledge. Gather. Must obtain required. Scarabs detected. Source data surfacing. Redditus. No life forms detected. Area safe. Continue forward. Redditus, please verify your cogitators, then tell me what surfaced from Magus Rozek's cogitators. Scarabs of an unknown Xenos race. Biology, synthetic, possible artificial intelligence. 1 specimens gathered. AI theory equals false. Weeks of study show there are many variants of Scarab, each with their own roles within the Xenos economy and architecture. Able to build and deconstruct anything they encounter, they are able to repair other units within their species with lightning speed. Be warned, they are deadly in large swarms. It appears the machine spirit is with us. We've been able to access some more of Rozek's data that we thought was corrupt. It must be due to us recording these Xenoswarms that the machine spirit has blessed us with access to the cogitator records. It's unsure why we would lock this under a synthetic proximity encryption. Majos says, you may know this, but if you destroy the Necron terminal, it will lower the awakening level by 2 bars. You can do this even after scanning them for black stone. Yes, actually. Did that earlier. But that is, of course, good advice to follow. I think I'll set this guy here. We do need to deal with that one. And these guys are going to try healing that. Yep. Although they didn't heal him that much. position our dude here. He is not in range for that, unfortunately. Necron warriors are moving in. I do need to scan this. No armor, which is good news. I can actually gather this. And since he is in range, if I use this, we will be able to, hopefully, get a nice, good hit on him. Actually, no. That's a bad idea to fall back right now, so I'll go ahead and... It'll force him to actually fall back anyway, so it is a good idea to just end the turn like that. Smack again. So he'll do a little damage to me, but since I have... Oh! Magos Prixia says for $2. I have to go, but good luck. Don't make us look bad. Thank you, Magos. Also, by the way, congratulations. I think you're the first person that's ever actually done a super chat before, so thank you very much for that. Alright. So, Artificer Joni says, I was considering getting this game on PC or Nintendo Switch. What's your impression? If you like turn-based strategy games, this is one to get. This isn't my first time playing the game. I've played a little bit before. It's just I decided to start a new game specifically for this particular... There we go. Actually, you know what? I'll set him here for now. Ooh, I can even get a hit on this guy. Well, he has physical armor, so I'm not really going to do that much damage to him. But I can hold position there. And I can also get a good hit on this guy. And that's a good time to end the turn. They're going to heal him again, unfortunately. And they're going to keep healing him. So that is a problem. I can actually maybe take this guy out with my remaining servitor if I'm really lucky. Yes. Okay, they are going to shoot at this guy, unfortunately. 4 damage, that's quite a bit. I did get a cognition point, and it's... Yep, I'm going to lose him, unfortunately. Another cognition point. I think I'll leave the servitors to just finish this guy off for now, because I really, really need to take out one of these two. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to right away. I just noticed because... that is unfortunate because the scarabs were able to fully heal him, but that's okay. I can, however, kill the scarabs off, which I will do because they are really starting to annoy me. That guy's deleted. Servitors don't matter. Well, that's true. These are servitors we're talking about. They come back and are free. Yep. And this is the final part of the mission anyway, so... Of this particular mission, so I don't really have to worry that much. So I'll actually send this guy up here. Have him attack that. I'm going to actually... Oh. Cool. So he was able to... Okay, so he's going to heal that, unfortunately, again. Although it didn't heal him as much as normal, so that is good at least. Yeah, if I can't really get... these guys are going to finish off my guy. Okay, I did not place him in a good spot. That's 100% my fault. However, I do believe he is actually left himself open to attack, which means we can maybe get into position here. I know this is not going to do as much damage as it should, but there we go. Only did 1 damage. That's sad, but what can you do? I don't think I have enough damage to really justify healing. Okay, okay, another mistake on my part. I should have actually gotten a beat on. Well, at least I can take out the scarab, so their healing abilities are over. Otherwise, I'll just use this to get another. They don't cost Blackstone to repair, Tech Priest do. That is true. So now the Necrons are reanimating 1 turn faster, unfortunately. Alright, so what can I do? Well, I can get these guys over here. So at least that's going to force his... Well, he's going to be able to shoot that guy, unfortunately, but it's not a critical, so I do... Although I'm kind of... Ooh, nice. Alright, now I'll actually have him fall back, and therefore I'll be able to heal right back up. Actually, I'll fall back further still. So I want to be able to heal back up and at the same time not impact the other guy's abilities to move, so... He is down to just... This guy's down to just 3, so if I can... There we go. Perfect. I think I'll just fall back for now. Let the servitors do their thing. He's going to be able to crit or do more damage. So there we go. 5 damage. So that should be enough to at least force... Ooh, another bit of damage too. So yeah, he's going to take out that servitor, but because they did so much damage, anything else I've got should be able to finish him off. Now he's in range of my power axe here, so that should take care of him. And it's a crit even. Nice. Alright. So yeah, like I said last week, I'm not that good at this game, I'll admit, but I know you guys wanted me to play it, and it is a good game. Anyways, so let's see. Circumstances evaluation confirmed disappointing. Necrons employ teleportation technology to achieve post-destruction discooperation. Where do the remains go? Fascination intensifies. Upon destruction, the Necron constructs vanish, leaving no samples to be collected. We can archive, we can abandon, or we can analyze. Okay, so take pick graphs of the damage from the Necron weapons. At least this information may be of use. Move on, hoping the next combat will yield usable samples or analysis. Thoroughly search the chamber for any components that might have been missed by the teleportation effect. I'm either going to do analyze or archive. Both have their risks, but who knows? Maybe we'll find something if we do this. We found a new weapon. Nice, the arc pistol. The cohort is slowed down by the search, giving the enemy a chance to respond to their location. However, they uncover several samples of technology of uncertain purpose that might contain valuable material. So, an arc pistol. Nice. And this is the mission complete, so that is good. Valuable data present. Total human knowledge increased. Mission conclusion positive. Okay, cool. I cannot say I support your conclusion. Beneficial conclusion. Itemization follows. Necron discooperation witnessed. Enemy constructs destroyed is greater than 0. Necron combat performance evaluated. Chances of functioning Necron available for dissection increased. My emotional cores are returning to sensations of frustration and resentment, and I choose to acknowledge them. The lives of the tech priests are not there to be risked for the fulfillment of your desires, Tech Acquisitor. They are there to be risked for the acquisition of knowledge, learning, sacred knowledge, or they are there to be risked for the acquisition of intelligence, learning, sacred knowledge. Your understanding equals approvable. Cool. Now we did not gain any... Unfortunately, we did not gain any physical weapons, so we're still stuck with using the power axe for that. But hey, we now have a new canticle, so that's good. And I can upgrade my dudes further still. So let's see what we've got. So we can actually gain an additional cognition point from this guy if it is empty. We can... Let's target any negative effects. So this guy buffs that. I could do this, which would instantly reveal their the statistics there. Or I kind of want to go down this line just so my servo skulls can actually start doing damage. And also buffing the machine spirit attacks. Now granted, this will require me to not have a melee weapon equipped, but I plan on swapping that out anyways. Let's see, so Pixie, what happened while I was away eating? Well, I finished a mission for the Tech Acquisitor, which went okay. We lost a lot of servitors, but they're servitors so they can be easily replaced. Megos Zuka says, strict application of tech lore solves most problems. Okay. And cleansing is good to remove acid. Good point. Although I don't think I'm going to deal with that soon, so I'm probably going to just do enhanced weapons for now. So this thing does do a lot of damage, but it requires more augmentation than I'm really that happy about. So does this one. The arc pistol does not do that. Oh, it is actually essentially a free real estate weapon. And it attacks chain targets as well, so that is actually a good idea to just take this off and put it on this guy as well. And I can actually get my servitor to do more damage, so that sounds lovely as well. And that adds an additional 1+ damage, so that is pretty good. I kind of would like to upgrade this guy one more time just so I can get this thing to the Volkite Blaster, because that will do a whole lot of damage with the +1, meaning it'll do 7 to 9 damage, which sounds extremely good right now. Anyways, let's see. Okay, so Beyond Dream says equip it. The first blast you can do -2 cognition with your skills, so adding a 6/8 damage is for 1 CP. That's actually a good point, so I could do that. That is a really good point, although I really don't like the idea of not having any physical damage weapons, but the fact it does that much damage hopefully should overcome that problem. And this guy does extra damage anyways, so... And hopefully once I upgrade this, I'll be able to get that hand thing that improves it even further still. So let's see, we have 2 choices. A Necron Destroyer, Flayed Ones, and Necron Warriors. Don't like the sound of dealing with Destroyers. This guy will upgrade our Servitors to level 2, which actually does sound pretty good. Can't spit. Right. I forget what in it. Wait, these. Oh dear. I think these are the acid spitting units. Oops. Okay. Well, we'll just have to deal with them first. Install Vox Casters to dampen Xenos Taint. Okay. And we have a new canticle to handle this. Magos has problem. He now has no other weapons. Yep. JC says, damn, I'm late. Sorry, Ace. That's okay. Videx, the potential for corruption in the tombs of Agrilect continues to vex me, Magos. The spreading of the incense was not enough. I fear not, Magos. The malevolence of the Necron is overwhelming. Observations on the Tech Cosmos verse. We are derelict in our duty whenever we allow corruption to plague the minds of good men. Then what do you suggest? Our progress in the tomb makes it possible for us to install a system of Vox Casters in the structure. And what would that achieve? Lingua Technis prayers should be transmitted to the very heart of the Necron's resting place. Our troops would go everywhere bathed in the sacred binary of the Omnissiah. Sayings of the precepts. When thou desirest to discourse purely, use binary. Okay? Coneman says, yo. Hey, Coneman, welcome to the party. A novel concept, Elector Dogmatus. Nice to see that the stream is going well. It is, actually. I even got my first super chat today, which is nice. I have considered your plan, Videx, and the cohort has been deployed to the area. I have personally selected the prayers of purification and translated them into broad-spectrum binary. Once the Vox Casters are active, the tomb will ring to the Omnissiah's word. I have Vox Casters locations plotted, Magos. I'm still uncertain if this is worth the risk to our people. Once in possession of unaugmented emotional centers, one in possession of unaugmented emotional centers cannot appreciate the benefit of this operation. Above bullets, above blades, care for your soul above all. Okay? Your concerns are noted, Kepra, but you have your orders. Yes, Megos, his will be done. Alright, so let's go ahead here. Go to the La Diamonds, says Coneman. Okay. One of the Vox Casters being transported by the cohort begins emitting strains of music from an unknown source. The music sounds like it is of human origin, but it could interfere with the binary transmissions. We can seek, stifle, or shame. Find the source of the music through examining the local noosphere. Transmit a stream of counter data to cancel out the music. Broadcast an ad to the entire Qatari force, demanding the music be shut down. I think we should stifle. Maybe. Megos Zuka says strict application. Conan says shame. We'll go with shame, I guess. Every member of the mission personnel is informed that non-standard data is being transmitted by someone in the tomb. Shortly afterwards, the music ceases, but the mass chastisement is damaging to morale. Necrons gain initiative. That's unfortunate. I guess we could actually take a little bit of a risk and go here instead. The cohort's communications pick up transmission played in a binary adjutant Xenos language that can be interpreted as a distress signal. It is originated from the next chamber and is transmitted only in a very local area. We can approach, observe, or engage. I think we could... Soundtrack is on the same level as Ace Combat's. Really good, says Pixie. Yes, it is. So, I'm kind of leaning towards either approach or observe. This will probably be a little bit risky, but I feel like if we observe, it'll cause the Necrons to get more awake levels. So, we'll just do approach. Ship that. Wait. Sounds like the Void Admiral to record its last moments and replay it for us. Well, that was good. Flickering hologram of a ship's bridge, with a captain of an unknown Xeno species making the transmission as the ship breaks apart around him. Okay, cool. So that actually gave us some... Codeman said observe, but I ended up, well, already... Oh, foul. Could this place be of Xeno worship? We have no data on their religious practices, but I retrieve... Not all data should be acquired. This chamber contains a large slab of metal that resembles an altar with images of glowing skull-like Necron faces inscribed on the walls. Let's defile it with machine oil and scattering of burnt-out fuses. We actually got ourselves a brand new item, the Spotlight, which adds an additional armor for both points in one round. That is actually pretty good. Magol says it costs nothing to walk back to already explored area. Okay, that's actually interesting. I could have sworn it did, but but I guess I was wrong on that. Mego says defile, which, alright, yep, we made the right call on that one. So let's head back here. The Necron tomb is trying to defend itself. Clearly, our mission is working. The enemy rushes to action when our administrations cause him fear. Still, you need to get the green parts for the black stone, says Beyond Dreams. Okay. Well, that's true. We'll actually just protect the Vox caster, because I think that's all we really need to do. Got ourselves some more black stone, which is nice. And we can actually pick up this glyph here. That's a problem. Well, like before, I believe it was this one on the left-hand side that helped us out last time, so... And it was. Coneman says Mechanicus is about a bunch of kids ransacking a bunch of old people's property. No lies detected. I mean, you could also say it's about Indiana Jones. Cataphract. Battle Servitor armor not thick enough. Cataphren Battle Servitor armor not thick enough. Castellan's proving equally ineffective. Must find weakness before word connection lost. It appears this Xenos form triggered a fragmented recording from Rasak. Indeed. It appears we will have a tough time using using heavily armored forces against this specimen. Maybe we can use their strength against them. Wise words, Dominus. So my strategy for this particular fight... Oh, Pixie says I have to agree. All right. Well, there's 2 of these things, and we are going to have to deal with more Necrons, unfortunately. But I do have a strategy. What we're going to do is try to... Okay, so we will use... I think it's this guy that has the servitor. Yep, that does damage. But my strategy is going to be as such. We're going to make sure that this guy can fall back here, get a decent... do some scannings and whatnot, of course, and then we'll be able to pick off the enemy forces. Also, right now the objective is survive 3 rounds, so... Oh. So let's have a look at some of the comments here. Megos Zuka, if you pick the right rune enough, it turns green for a positive outcome and red for negative. Yep. Actually, we need to scan that. And wouldn't you know it, they both have energy. This guy has energy armor. So I did do 1 damage, although it's not really saying a whole lot, but hey, that's better than nothing, right? Unfortunately, he's got acid, which means he is taking a constant stream of damage. I have, of course, a backup plan here. It's a good thing the other guy has. He is a much more powerful weapon, but it is an energy weapon. Alright, so let's see. Necrons are just pissed off battle droids who got overpowered, says Pixie. Yep. Magos, the big scarabs can drain all cognition points from objects. Huh. Interesting. Codeman, the Necron Destroyer Lords have like 39 hit points. Yeah, I didn't want to deal with a Destroyer right away. Beyond Dreams says, no problem, just spawn servitors. A good strategy. I'll use this. That might actually one-shot this guy. And it did! Yay! Alright, so what I'll do is I'll actually have him fall here and heal this guy. And so he's back up to full health. Unfortunately, yep, I knew this was going to happen because we are at Awakening level 2. Oh, flayed ones as well. What is this vile mix of flesh and machine? Is this a form of Necron in its infant state? No, my friend, I am very afraid to say that is not the case. What has Scaevola got to say? Uncertainty statement loaded. Unsure of life form progression path. Signs of degradation, deformed segmentation, and psychological deformities. Possible solutions. Infant, disease, parasitic life form that represents form of ripped flesh. Should I continue? That's enough. I believe we are not the ones to diagnose Necron health, but instead be their executioner. I am most concerned for my troops' morale. There have been reports of Skitarii disappearing in these tombs, and I believe I now know why. Yep. Skitarii lives are less important than Architect, STC fragments, and mission. How supportive of you, Reddit. Unfortunately, as I believe someone else already mentioned, I only have 1 weapon on this particular guy, and I don't have enough cognition points to use it even, so that is a bit of a problem. I know I'm going to have to deal with the flayed one here up close, but I kind of... It's either that... Well, at least I critted him, so that's something. At least he didn't do that much damage. Let's have a look at some of the comments here. Alright, so... Pixie says, okay, so no problem. Major faith in the machine god rewarded. Okay. Pixie says one-shotting a Necron should be an achievement. Yeah, fair enough. Jamberry says good job. Coneman says yes, Magos. And also I've played around with like 20 flayed ones. Pixie says I have no idea about Necrons, so I'm just going to refer to them as fish. They're basically just undead Egyptians. Egyptian robots. Best way to describe them, I guess. Well, Necron types. Flayed ones focus on the last attacker. Okay. Thank you, Magos. That is good advice. I wish I could use this, but I can't, so... try to get him here, so hopefully he doesn't get shot by this guy. Anyways, let's... and now they animate one turn faster. And we have more flayed ones. Hooray! Get out servitors and then use your canticle on them. That's a good idea. That is a very good idea. Although I kind of want to avoid using a canticle right now because that would... if I can avoid using a canticle, that's the thing. I can actually... I wonder if I have... Let's actually avoid using canticles right now, and this. Well, this is going to lose me a bit of health, but hopefully not too much. Ow. I was wrong. It lost me quite a bit of health. And that was a mistake, too. Alright, well, we do need to see how much health this guy has. And it did damage to him, too. I forgot about that. I don't like having this guy being that close to death. I really don't like this guy being that close to death. Let's make sure I can't... because I'm pretty sure... Alright, so let's actually... is it going to damage? I don't think it spreads out to anyone else, so... what we'll do is we'll shoot him. It worked. Good. And we will heal him quickly. And it did not do anywhere near as much as I was hoping it would do, but that's fine. I'll just do this. Get ourselves another cognition point. Move into position here. Hopefully the Necrons decide to shoot at him rather than the guy standing behind him, so... let's see some of the comments here. I'm actually... okay, so Pixie says, I'm a simple man. I prefer high-impact bolt or violence. Fair enough. Coneman says, I'm going to my game store soon. I play Adeptus Mechanicus. Cool. Pixie says, I just like a lot of DACA. I like orcs. They're funny, says Coneman. Pixie says, orcs very interesting, Coneman. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. So he's going to attack him, do a little bit of damage, but that's fine, so long as this guy doesn't die. That's the important thing. Now would be a good time to call in servitors. So I will heal myself. Let's see, will this attack spread to anyone? Yes, it will. It definitely will. I don't want to then use the attacks, so... oh wait, I just realized. I have made a horrible mistake, I think. Wait, I got cognition from that. Well, I kind of need to be away from this guy, and unfortunately that's going to mean more damage. And we actually got more cognition from it, and the machine spirit's going to be active. So that is really good news. Alright, so he's going to do some damage to him, force him to fall back. He's going to shoot him, kill him, but that's fine. That's... Pixie says, like paint my PC red and it upgrades my its processor. Nice. Alright, so we can actually activate some more servitors. Because we have... And he has physical armor too, which means that this is going to not be bothered by that, so that's good. Unfortunately, this guy's going to get reanimated. The good news is he's only at 3 health, so... Bad news is he's still going to do damage to this guy. Sorry if you can hear a train in the background. And these guys are going to take all these points. And this guy's going to shoot at this servitor, which at least is going to get me more cognition points. Alright, let's try getting... I know he's going to do some damage to me, but I kind of need to get into position just to do enough to take out one of these 2 guys. I can definitely take out either or, so we will go with this one for now. That guy's done for. And I can even heal myself. Next up we have the servitors, who... This guy is either going to do 0 or 1 damage, unfortunately. And it's going to be 0 damage, because of course it is. This guy, however, can do some... Should be able to take him out, or maybe take him down to 1 health. So the next hit's going to take him out. That's fine, I guess. Oof! So how much damage does this guy have? I'll go ahead and actually finish him off. And take up that cognition point. That's fine, because now my servitor can just finish him off, and we even get another cognition point out. Bluebird said, okay, let's see, some more comments here. Pixie says, moving furniture in a small apartment sucks so much. Okay, that's fair enough. Bluebird says, what up? Pixie says, especially since I just finished college. Well, congrats on finishing college. And Bluebird says, I feel you, Pixie. And Pixie says, and most of it is steel and glass, so it was heavy as... Ouch. Ouch. Wait, I'm in melee, aren't I? That was a horrible mistake. Hopefully I can deal with this guy without losing too much health, but... And that deleted him instantly. Now we have servitors I can just simply smack. What's left of this flayed one. That's going to one hit. That should be the end of it. Yep. That was a closer fight than I wanted. A lot closer. Sayings of the Archmagi. Such sweet music is the chatter of binary that has no tongue to lie. Ensure the volume is sufficient, Magos. So we could do volume level alpha, gamma, or omega. You know what? Let's YOLO this by going omega. Let his word be exalted to the 11th degree. The unholy lair of the alien now brings us to the words of the Omnissiah. Protect the shield of the mind, and the body will be shielded thereby. Okay. Pixie says, lifting a 50-kilogram table up 13 flights of stairs is not a fun time, I'll tell you that much. Oof. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. Bluebird says, I just finished disassembling the frickin' smoke pipe at home. Okay. I hope we are of the same mind in other matters too, Magos. Our exploration of Tenebris should be executed with a view to the destruction of all traces of the alien. I have not yet decided if we should commit such extremes, Videx. I feel multiple emotional prerogatives as well as logical analysis all competing for primacy in my neurovolts. Our mission here may not be as simple as you think. Just be ready to make the right choice when the time comes, Magos. Recall the words of the Fabricator. The eyes of the Omnissiah are ever upon us. Pixie said, okay, so... Bluebird says it isn't that bad. Pixie says I had to do it 13 times. Bluebird says, did you do it alone? Pixie, yes. Bluebird, oof. I think we can all feel that oof. Okay, so I did get some points out of this, which is good. Some Blackstone. Along with Servitor upgrade and the noise reductor. So that is good at least. And we have a new Canticle. Complete 3 missions without using a Canticle. Next physical attack will deal 9 physical damage. Yep. Pixie, your oofs do help. But then again, flesh is weak. Okay. New Canticle unlocked. Scan 12 Necrons. We actually scanned 13. Next 2 attacks will ignore all armor. That puts a smile on my face. Alright, so we can upgrade one of these 2 guys. I'm really wanting to upgrade this guy just so we can get him. Okay, so this will add extra damage to all energy. Weapons, which is cool. Well, I do like the idea of this, although, let's see. I do want this upgrade, which adds additional damage. So this thing, yeah, does now 7 to 9 damage. Unfortunately, it just takes forever to actually use it properly, but that's okay. Once we get our next upgrade up and running too, that'll increase the damage of our servitors. Bluebird said something in Russian, I'm not sure. Pixie says rent in Moscow is super expensive as well, even for an old apartment. Pixie says nice. Well, this guy does actually, by the way, I just realized, have another thing. So we could put this on him too. So that means that we no longer... So now we have 2 weapons. Neither of them actually cost any cognition points to use, and one of them does not do the whole chain area of effect damage. So that is cool. Bluebird says, man, the music pumps. Absolutely. The music is one of the best highlights of this whole game. And it is a good game to begin with. Oh, by the way, let's have a look at our cohort, because I do want to see the Servitor level 2. Why isn't it? Let me see that. So let's have a look actually at our Servitors. Well, all it says is Servitor level 2. I don't know what sort of extra damage they do, but alright. So we can do this, or we can do this. That is normal difficulty. This will, however, increase our maximum cognition gauge size, so that is good. It'll also give us this. Fractured shield generator, so that is an interesting idea, but we still have to deal with a Necron destroyer. Still, I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Let's see, by the way, what these guys do. So it looks like they do more damage than before. They still do the same thing. They have more health, which is nice, and they have an ability that allows them to gain armor while becoming the primary target. That is actually going to be really useful. Alright, so let's see some more of the comments. Bluebird says, I don't understand what's going on, but it sure sounds and looks neat. Yep. Snuffy, anybody? McFeagle says, sorry I'm late. I've been so interested in this game. It is a game worth having a look at. I will have to say that. So we've got that. So we actually can heal 5 on any unit with that particular canticle. This one does 9 physical extra damage, which will be really useful with the servitors. And this one does 6 extra damage. And we could also do the whole ignore armor thing. Given that it's 2 attacks, by the way, and all of my weapons are energy weapons, I think that's a really good idea. So let's go ahead and deploy. Report received from Sadomina Kepra. Synopsis follows. Heavy resistance, minimal gains, mounting casualties, confirm yes or no. Correct. There have been setbacks. Our troops have encountered a new Necron war form. Reaction equals delight. Of course it does. Prey, Tech, Acquisitor, explain. Enemy warform, provision designation destroyer, anti-grav technology confirmed. Explorer request, file accessed, anti-gravitational technologies and area Styges 8 Megos have requested as high priority. Study of desirable, necessary, sacred duty. Okay. And you would be famed throughout Styges 8 for exploring this technology. Statement agreement. Commencement deployment immediately. Okay. Pixie, heavy casualties have never have I heard such a weird word in Warhammer. Yes. A concentration of Necron destroyers is playing merry hell with our Skitarii units in this tomb of Acropus. They are highly mobile and heavily armed weapon platforms. Taking them on is dangerous in the extreme. Yes, it is. Reason to observe them. Our troops possessing such technology extrapolated to a conclusion. Greatly increased battlefield effectiveness. Mego says expect high armor. Yep, which is, I think I took the canticle that takes away enemy armor, so that is good. I was raised to see that as a dangerous thinking, Megos. Put such piety aside for now, some domina. Is the cohort ready to advance? They are. I have plotted the likely location of the destroyer units. They are somewhere within this complex. The fortune of Mars be with you. Okay, so I could take this route and just go the long way around, and that would give me more glyphs. So that would be nice. That would be more Blackstone there, so we'll do that. Transmission origin equals Necron. Xenos language study opportunity. Request study. Videx. Hark not to the alien words, lest ye unknowingly repeat them. True when Archmagos Veneris Helorodot Magos. True today. This chamber is bathed in the constant data flow transmitted by the Necron Tomb's awakening protocols. This transmission must be of Necron origin. So we could decode, delegate, or dismiss. I am kind of on the... I'm kind of on the whole delegate. Well, either that or decode. Well, I'm not sure. Locally with cohorts, internal cogitators, relay the transmission. I kind of want to delegate. Alright, so let's see some of the comments here before we do this. Bluebird, as a punishment, you get to oil all your mechanical tools. Bluebird, snuff. Pixie, oil and TTS don't go well together. Don't be late next time, says Bluebird. Megos, strict application. Let's see. Beyond dismiss, do not let Xeno signals to the ship. Don't relay. Okay, so we do not delegate. I might actually decode just for the sake of it, just to see if I can maybe get some more Blackstone or something. But I will not delegate. Well, we did get an awakening increase by 1, but we also got some cognition points, so I guess that works out. But yeah, thank you, Zuka, for the advice on not relaying. Alright, so they have detected us. I think it's this one maybe that's the safe one on the right-hand side in this case. I could be wrong. Yep, okay. A container of some sort that seemingly has roll. Well, it actually gave us extra HP, but we're all on full HP anyway, so... Well, that's okay. I mean, it's... Direct request, bring it to me direct request. Finds a sarcophagus containing that seems inert. May have malfunctioned and failed to respond to Tomb's awakening protocols. This guy, well, he did say to bring it to him. I think that's a terrible idea, but maybe it'll, who knows, we'll go. This seems like a highly risky and stupid thing to do, so let's do it. Yeah, it teleported away and we lost some HP. Unfortunate. Vorp says mechanical, okay. This area of the tomb of Acropolis is covered in hieroglyphics interspersed with the depictions of Necron constructs, most often engaged in war. Some of these images reveal Necron destroyers with their distinctive anti-grav holes. I want to do, I guess, warfare. This would at least show me what their tactics and weaponry are like. For the Necrons, there is only warfare, says Beyond Dreams, so fine. Destroyers are evidently highly mobile strike units employed in open battle to eliminate units previously pinned down by more numerous Necron warriors. This is a logical use for the destroyers. Also confirms they are a major part of Necron's battle strategies, and that understanding them further would be great benefit when battling these Xenos. Good. This one should give us more Blackstone. It did. Excellent. Megos says warfare, my suggestion. Yep. Pixie says they have space triangles, which are cool. Alright. So, we did lose a little bit of health on one of our servitors, but that's fine for now, I guess. Intrigue, most interesting. Not all life forms are humanoid. Logging data, Centurion form, gravity defying. Videx. The Xenos show that they are more alien than we originally thought. Text of the oiled cog, verse 12 states, one can verge from the standard form, but one must always retain their humanity, or be lost to the men of iron and their ways. I do not mean to diverge from the discussion, but what are these iron men? Unclear. This text was logged many millennia ago. There's no other reference to them in my cogitators. Keep focused, brothers. We have a new enemy afoot, and we must ensure that they do not surprise us with their trickeries. Be alert and focus. So we have to destroy that. This is not going to be that particularly easy of a fight if I remember correctly. Fortunately, we do have quite a few weapons to deal with him, but I kind of need... Also, I'm pretty sure there's going to be... Actually, wait. I better move him first. There. That seems like the best way to start this off. So he's going to move first and move over here, hopefully. And my guy could not have picked a worse spot to be in. I don't want to use it quite yet, so we'll just have him positioned there. We will, however, have this guy do that, which should hopefully damage... No armor! That is extremely interesting. There's a Necron warrior there. Again, no armor, which is, again, interesting. Although this guy does have loads of health, but we should have enough firepower to take care of him if we are careful. We'll have this final servitor show up here. And they reanimate one turn faster, because of course they do. Mechanicus says, what? Yep, these guys aren't having any armor for some reason. Okay. He moved away, which is not what I was expecting. So I'll just pepper him with a few shots. Could actually do damage to that thing, but kind of really want to focus fire on this guy. Yeah, I'll go ahead and lose the one. Wait, so I could actually get 3 hits on him. Ooh, and that was a critical. So he's down to 4 health. We could actually take him out really quick if we play our cards right. Pixie says, Bluebird says, is this just the beginning of the game? Yes, an hour in, pretty much. I decided to basically just start a new game. So that's why. I actually have him do the whole taunt thing to hopefully get the guy to shoot at him first, which he will do. No, he won't. Oh, now we have Cantabic Scarabs and more Necron Warriors, because of course we do. And he's gonna shoot at my guy again? Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, so I kind of need to actually get in between the Necron here and him. At least this will kill the guy off. Kill all enemies, okay. I think now is the time to actually use one of these canticles. Pixie says, poor Mechanicus, his toaster waifu, he'll miss him. Surprisingly enough, he survived. I don't know how, but he did. Miracles do happen sometimes, apparently. So we'll actually have him fall back here, get another cognition point for us, which we desperately need anyways. And we'll heal ourselves for even more health. Bluebird says F in the chat, boys. F and be in range of taunt, says Magos. I did not know that. Okay. Take him out, come on. We did it! I'll position him there. Hopefully he'll either get shot and give me more stuff, or if not, and he survives anyways, I can just simply get more loot from the... get this guy taken care of so he doesn't reanimate, because that would be pretty bad. Or scarabs, because of course there are. Miracles happen in 40k all the time. Praise the Omnissiah. Wait, I just noticed. Oh dearie me. Another Necron warrior there. Are you kidding me, game? Oh no. Well, at least he did a whole bunch of damage to him, so... And he survived somehow. Alright, we'll just have him take a hit. I'll go ahead and activate this, just to give him extra armor. And this will cause the guy to try attacking him. Alright, so I'm pretty sure this guy is on low health. And he's down again. Thank you, game. Now I can attack this guy. Ooh. Except I don't want to, because that would be... a way to actually get this guy hit, so... I'll instead do damage to him. I'll heal up also, and we will run back here. Now this guy probably will get hit. One of these three are going to get hit by this Necron. So I can't really do anything about that. What I can do, however, is... So he's gonna die. Okay, that's unfortunate, but that's okay. Brian Tester says, looks like the tables have turned. Yep. Bluebird says, by the way, did you guys read any 40k books? Just bits. I haven't read that much, unfortunately. Not the books. I've read some lore in general off of regards of books, but I have not the books themselves, unfortunately. I do need to. Well, anyways, Bluebird says, I don't like how every time you went with someone goes to different view mode. Oh, yeah, that is a little bit odd, but it works enough, I guess, for me. I think we are good right now, so... Additional cognition point from that. Alright, so this guy can now open up. He's going to be able to take him out. We still have to deal with the scarabs up here, but otherwise I'm quite happy with the current situation. And he should actually be able to damage him and even further. Well, I don't really need to. I just need to do that. There we go. There we go. Da-da-da-da-da. And while we are on that subject, let's make it even easier to fire this thing. I like taking this guy out first, so... And we'll try healing him back up to full health. Pretty much worked, so that's excellent news. Alright. I don't think we need another one of these guys, but what we do need to do is finish off this guy before he reanimates. And we got some cognition points from that. Nice. We'll repair him. So now he's up to full health too. I'll just do this, which isn't going to take out this scarab here, but it is going to at least prevent him from reanimating, and this might actually take him out. Angel Martinez River says, yo, hey. And that's actually the end of the fight. Bluebird says, oi. Pixie says, my budget is not a lot, which is understandable. If you're into turn-based strategy, though, this is a pretty fun game. Anti-gravity comprehension index plus 3.9%. Projected beneficiary area Adeptus Mechanicus. I am focused on the matters much closer in space and time. Retrieving Tech Acquisitor Statement of Purpose. To perceive the grander picture, to strive to acquire and understand for the benefit of all mankind. Be that as it may, I'm more interested in how your studies will help our mission on Silva Tenebris. Platitude mode. Trust in the scientific method, Magos. Pixie says, my budget is not a lot since I bought a lot of models. I have about 200 euros for the rest of the food, which isn't bad, but, well, I mean, if you feel, by all means, if you need to, go ahead. You can hold off. I'm not saying you need to buy the game. It's up to you, really. Bluebird says, wait, are you not Russian? Okay. Blessings of the Omnissiah. So we now can gain 3 cognition points, which is good. Tutelage of momentum, 5+ movement for 1 round. That is good. So I can actually upgrade him. Now his servitors do damage as well, which is nice. And we can finally give him a proper arc pistol. And we can even upgrade the other guy here too, which is excellent. So I can actually replace one of these with a nice proper Volkite Blaster as well. So we'll have 2 of those things running around. Bluebird says just turret it. Like 74 rubles for Kinder Egg. Okay, press space on the central menu. Okay, so there is more to this game. Cool. Alright, 200 euros is just easier to understand for non-Russian people, says Pixie. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Alright, but yeah, if I go down this... ooh. So I'm probably going to actually... I might take this as well, just so the servitors can actually start doing more damage and have more armor. And we actually have an ability to restore all HP on Tech Priest. That is really good. I might take an Engine Seer of some sort then. Maybe with my next guy. Which we would actually gain from this particular mission. A weapon that finally does physical damage. The Macro Stubber. Although I kind of want to do this one because I would, like I said, get an additional Tech Priest. So, 1 ruble is a penny. Okay, Magos. He unlocks ladder later. Okay. Beyond Dreams, you should really get Lex Mechanic 1. Okay. So, I got here late. Do you pick your faction or no? You start... No. You start off... This is very specifically a Adeptus Mechanicus game. That said, you do get to pick... you get to select how you upgrade your Tech Priest and all that, which is nice. Which is... all that... There we go. Lex Mechanic. Okay. Yeah, I do like that, actually. That's a pretty good idea. Because once I reach that, I can collect them all from one source. And on killing targets, and scanners have one cooldown. Okay. But I really do like Engine Seer, if just because of the final ability is going to be really, really effective, I think. You can color them, says. Yep, I did that with my original save, but I'll show you how it's done. We'll go to color scheme. Go to custom, there we go. I don't like that, we'll just do... I like that. Okay, that's the color scheme we're going with. There we are. Alright, so let's go ahead and try deploying a mission for Kepra here, because that will get us Skitarii Ranger, which I don't think we'll be using early on, because they do require Blackstone to use, but we can actually get another Tech Priest from this. Fortunately, we have to deal with death marks, because of course we do. So... I think this is a good set of canticles to use. You do not relish this mission, Sabdomane Kepra. I ascertain from your pupil dilation and nervous system stress levels. Even in victory, the men and women on the ground suffer. But that is not something I imagine troubles Amigos. Some tech priests choose to excise the emotional centers of the brain, especially when they reach the rank of Magos. I did not. I have fought under plenty of magi who had no emotion at the loss of men and women in combat. I'm glad to know I'm not doing that again. I am capable of quarantining emotions in my neural vault and choosing to experience them if they are beneficial. I am not ruled by them, but I am not ignorant of them either. That is why casualty rates on my missions or under my command are 11.7% below the average. But this is Warhammer 40k, so the average is, let's just say, not very good. Kepra says, I'll take that as a good omen. Fastina says, Subnormina Kepra, how goes your attempts at establishing a foothold on Silva Tenebris with our main forces? Operations in the Tomb of Acropis are continuing Magos, but the enemy is pressing our perimeter hard. It is impossible to explore the tomb if all my troops are tied up, keeping themselves from being overrun. I see. The enemy is aware of our presence. Yes, they are. Bluebird says, damn, Kepra has some jugs. No lies detected. Magos Zuka, because if I wanted politics, I would go somewhere else. I came here for the glory of the machine god. Fair enough. Pixie, that is just heresy. Bluebird says, okay, that makes sense, because Reddit is for that low-hanging fruit of convo. Go nuts there, says Beyond Dreams. All right. It seems like it. They're not just attacking at random. The Necrons are exerting pressure at key points, hoping we will falter. Logic demands a response. Ignoring this predicament invites defeat. Your solution? With your help, collapse the tomb on them first. Okay, cool. I have plotted for locations in the Tomb of Acropis. If these are made impassable with demolition charges, the Necrons won't have the run of their own tomb anymore. My cohort will see this done. Once the key points are blocked, the Necrons will be funneled into our crossfires. They'll spend a lot more lives testing our defenses. I am not certain the Necrons can be actually accurately said to have lives. Well, whatever they have, they're going to lose a lot of them. Alright. So I think... kind of want to explore both of the glyphs because we are going to get to... we're going to get a tech priest out of this too. Chastisement of the Menials on the cast. Follow failure of maintenance. The detonator of this charge appears to be a dud. Some Menial must have neglected to perform the required anti-corrosion rites. Attempt to replace the corroded parts of the charge with the cohort's tech knowledge. Or we could replace it. I'm not going to use force because that sounds like a horrible idea. So, I know repairing it will take more time. But it seems like the better... Oh, that seems to be been the smart move. So we'll go up here for now. Get some more black stone. Bluebird said replace. Well, a little bit too late for that, unfortunately. Alright, so we have... Explosive charge is put in place, but minuscule Necron scarab constructs emerge from apertures in the wall, evidently intent on devouring the explosive before they can go off. We'll just do some bug extermination. It'll probably cost us... Oh, it did give some initiative. The cohort sets about enthusiastically destroying the herbs, which emit a satisfying crunch underfoot, while hunting down the last scuttling and covers an hitherto unnoticed fist-sized sculpture of a Necron head, which is made of precious metals that can be repurposed. So the Necrons have increased initiative, but we get more black stones, so I'm happy with this outcome. Let's see. Necron... Okay, so Magos Zuka says Blackstone, when charged properly, repels the warp. Yep. And Beyond Dreams says Necrons use the same beauty treatment as Lion did on the Rock. Pixie, Necrons are just that overpowered. Blade Charge, you mean, on the tabletop. Yeah, the Necrons I've heard are notoriously overpowered. Bluebird, man, the first Dark Angels books suck. Oh, okay. I'll just pick this option again. And that's almost enough to... There we go. We're going to have to deal with extra Necrons in battle, but you know what? Okay, so... The Chamber of Head is partially collapsed with dangerously sagging ceiling and appears highly dangerous. We're not going to blow off some street... I don't think blowing off steam is a particularly good idea. Avoid the hands of fate. Find a way around the chamber. It is too dangerous to risk the cohort here. Maybe... Observation protocols. That sounds like a good idea, maybe, although it is a potentially dangerous one, too. We'll go with that. We did lose a little HP, but we did gain some cognition points, so it's a trade. I can heal that. Could this be some event from distant history of the Necron race? I have heard rumors of such mythology among the theories about the Necrons, but confirming it could be a breakthrough. I think we should archive. Ah, darn it. That's unfortunate. Pixie says, you know your race is broken when you capture the god you worship. Yep. Oh, darn. Oh, well. Being a Necron would be a breeze. Depends on the Necron. Aren't they supposed to not even have their souls anymore? These guys... Oh. Okay. Well, it's a good thing I've got weapons that can actually do area of effect damage. Which I will simply start employing in force. There is a Necron warrior there to deal with, but I have a plan for him. It looks like I also might be able to scan this thing, which would actually be pretty good. Wait, the Necrons are going to go first. I just realized that's going to be ugly. So actually what I'm going to do is place this guy here, this guy here. And while we're at it, we'll have a servitor here. And they did acid damage, because of course they have. And they're focusing on this particular tech priest. The bad news is, I kind of need to now... Gonna get opportunity attacked up the wazoo, no matter what. Ooh. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I do have a plan. The good news is this guy does not appear to have any armor, and I believe I have a weapon that can actually one-shot him if I'm lucky. Except I can't even reach it. Now I can, so that'll work. So it is guaranteed to one-shot him. There we go. Kind of don't want to hit my own guys if I can avoid it, so what we'll do is we'll actually fall back. And I can't fire the arc pistol anymore, but that's fine. I like this. I'll just use that canticle and just delete this guy here instantly. And it's going to cause them to go after him, which is fine. Alright, so what is part 2 of my plan? Well, I fall back. It is going to damage the servitor, unfortunately, but at least it'll also damage these guys pretty good. And I'll be able to finish off this scarab. That's a crit. Then I can even actually get my dude all the way down here to scan, which will give me even more Blackstone. Boom. I think that's a good way to end it for now. Ow. Oh dear. That is a huge problem. I need to find a way to actually get my dude out of there, so I have a plan. That plan is running away, and it seems to be working. Bad news is I kind of need to deal with these guys really quick. I don't know how much damage that did, but... This is a perfect opportunity, though. Because now I can fire a few shots in. I can fire this thing, which should hit both of them, and kill the scarab. While we're at it, we'll also make sure this guy does not get back up. And that should be a good place there. Ow. And in comes more Necrons. Of course. At least we have, what, 2 of these guys left, and both of them have been somewhat damaged. I think we are good on holding off for now. We'll do damage to him. So he does have 2 health left, so we can actually finish him off pretty quickly. And we'll heal up for now. Ooh! We took out another one. I mean, he's probably gonna die at some soon, but this is giving us the cognition points we need, so I'll just have him fall back for now. I mean, he took him out, but I got another cognition point out of it, and so he actually has energy armor. That is an issue. It is, however, an issue I can deal with, kind of. I don't. So I'll actually just fall back for now. Got him that he hopefully he'll be able to fire on him. So that should have a good idea. Oh dear. Life form sudden appearance on Auspex unexpected. Possible tech form list, teleportation, warp travel unknown. This is no form of warp travel, but the telepathica board reported no disturbance near the planet the time we've been here. Alternate dimensional shift, teleportation, unknown. Teleportation to Vectech to volatile, no power signs, no lighting, no singed marks. Tomb too deep for teleportation. Alternate dimensional shift, unknown. We know there is only the immaterium and real space. Scriptures have written about only these two for millennia. Nothing. Noting conclusion, unknown logged. Disappointment, desire for answers must be fulfilled. There we go. So I can actually deploy this servitor right there, which would do damage to him. So we'll hit both of them. Let's actually make sure that neither of these attacks have to deal with any armor. So that was a critical. And that should also do enough damage to kill at least one of them. Yep. Flayed one incoming. We will kill off of this guy. Have him stand in front so he gets hit first. I don't know what this guy's ability is. Okay, he did some damage and gave me a cognition point. Thank you. And he teleported. Oh. Well, Mr. Robot. I believe you have just been deleted. See, that'll hit those guys there, unfortunately. So let's actually try doing this. And we can hit these guys again. Which will actually, hopefully, yep. Awesome. And I'll heal him. So he's going to approach and all that. Oh, wait, I just realized this guy is going to be showing up pretty soon anyways. That's a Oh, wait a sec. Actually, I have an idea. What? Oh. I'll just delete that. Get more cognition from this. And that should be good for now. And he did exactly 1 damage, which caused the servitor not only to absorb it, but now the servitor was able to gain cognition and just attack him again. Just attack this guy. Oh, and we just killed him. All fear the serval skulls of doom. Mission complete. Alright, the last demolition charge brings down another section of the tomb. The most heavily used routes around the tomb are now cut off, and the Necrons will be forced to fight on Skitarii terms from now on. Cool. Servants of the Omnissiah will live now, who would otherwise die, Magos. My thanks for sending your tech priest to the aid of my troops. We will profit nothing on this world if our troops on the ground cannot keep the tombs open until we ascertain the threat they contain. It is simple logic, Subdomina. Maybe, but nevertheless I thank you. Few Skitarii troops have much reason to expect a tech priest to come to their aid so directly. We are used to being disposable. My emotional cores return dismay and anger whenever a Skitarii is described as disposable. No one is disposable so long as they do the Omnissiah's work. Thus it is written. Of course that doesn't include servitors, but that's another story. Bluebird says, bruh. That is a lot of Blackstone we gained. That is a lot of Blackstone we gained. All right. So we have one more of these guys now. Well, it's actually been about 2.5 hours, so I'm actually, you know what, just going to go ahead and call the stream. Again, thank you all for showing up. I hope you've all had a good time watching this, and I certainly had fun playing this game again. We seem to be doing reasonably well. The awakening meter is a little bit higher than I would like it to be right now, but that's fine. Jeremiah is the latest tech priest sounding, is the least sounding tech priest name ever. Yep. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to call it. So, again, I hope you guys have all enjoyed the stream. I've enjoyed having you guys with me as we've played some good old-fashioned Mechanicus. Earfarce says, all. Bluebird says, all Hebrew names sound like 40k. Pixie says, rest in peace. All right. But anyways, I'll go ahead and save it because this is pretty good. I'll go ahead and just save right there. And yeah, 'twas fun. Not bad, not bad. Good show. Thank you very much. I was actually kind of worried this game would go a little bit rougher than this, but we had a few close calls. We definitely did. I'm not perfect at this game, I'll openly admit that. But anyways, hope to see you guys again soon. Take care, and this has been Ace. So see you guys. Ace out.